That's capsicum. Can someone pass me my hot chilies? There we go. Homegrown. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Vietnamese beef pho stew. Tender pieces of slow braised beef in a decadent pool of gravy flavoured with aromatic Vietnamese pho spices and served with a crispy banh mi roll. This epic recipe was born because of my love for beef pho flavours. Star anise, coriander seeds, fennel seeds, cloves, cardamom, just to name a few. Allow me to show you how to make it. Let's put the E's in Vietnamese. Marinate 1.5 kilos of beef with 1 teaspoon of anchovy salt, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, half a teaspoon of sea salt, half a teaspoon of sugar, and a bit of neutral cooking oil. Today, I'm using a fatty brisket, but you can use any secondary cut such as beef cheeks, chuck, or even short ribs. Now, mix this well. Get all the flavours combined. Let that marinate for 2 hours, or for best results, pop it in the fridge and allow it to marinate overnight. In a thick cast iron pot, add some oil and sear off the beef in batches. Cast iron is great for stews because it has even heat distribution. Today, I'm using the Stanley Rogers French Oven Grill Duo. This will speed up the process. The lid can be used as a grill pan, so it's perfect for searing. Beef is nicely seared. You want to just pop that to the side while we build the foundation of flavours in our stew. Add a knob of ginger that I've crushed, 1 brown onion, spring onion stalks, sea salt, pepper, then saute until fragrant, then return the beef and saute for a few extra minutes just to get that all in there, get the flavours to know each other. Boom. To lift this to another level, I'm going to deglaze with some red wine. While we wait for the alcohol to cook off, the daikon radish in this recipe is quite important. It's critical, so try not to leave it out. It adds a natural sweetness and contains an enzyme that assists the beef's tenderization process. I hope I'm not boring you too much. Add 1 daikon radish that's been cut into large chunks, coriander stalks, half a teaspoon of anchovy salt, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, sea salt, and cover with water. Bring the pot to the boil, then it's time to infuse the stew with some fragrant pho spices. I'm using my pho spices sachet, which is available Australia-wide through my online shop. It neatly contains 8 essential spices for pho, along with some rock sugar. I'll pop a link in the description below if you want to grab some. If you can't get your hands on my pho spices sachet, I'll also put the quantities of the spices you need in the description below. Once to the boil, turn down to a simmer, pop the lid on and simmer gently for 2 hours or until the beef is tender. We've just ticked past the 2 hours, so let's have a peek. Oh. I wish you could smell this right now. Let's have a look at that beef. Oh. Beautiful. It's tender, it's flaking away. You can see the muscle fibers pull away, but it's still got that bit of give, so it's not just all going to disintegrate. It's exactly what you want in this dish. All we have to do now is thicken it. Thickening the stew will turn the sauce into a gravy-like consistency, which means it will coat to the beef a lot better and drive more flavour as you eat it. Today, I'm using potato starch. I love this stuff, and for celiacs out there, it's a great gluten-free alternative to a French roux, which is butter and flour used to thicken sauces into gravies. In a small mixing bowl, add 3 tablespoons of potato starch and 6 tablespoons of water. Mix well until well combined, and if you can't get your hands on potato starch, corn flour is a great alternative. When using a starch slurry, ensure it's mixed thoroughly through just before incorporating it because it can settle quite quickly. And if that happens, simply mix it again. Another tip is that the stew needs to be at the boil. The heat activates the starch, which in turn thickens the stew. Add half the starch slurry and stir. Wait a minute to allow it to thicken into a gravy, and if required, continue to add 1 tablespoon of starch slurry at a time. Stir in well, let it come to the boil, and it will gradually thicken. Once it reaches a gravy-like consistency, you're good as gold. Now, we've got it right where we want it. Let's season it with a bit of salt and sugar to your taste. I'm so excited. The stew is ready. And with this stew, it's such a versatile one. You can serve it with steamed rice, egg noodles, but today I'm going with some banh mi oil, which is Vietnamese bread rolls that I have toasting on the side there, just on top of the French oven lid. I think it's time to taste. Grab some beef, some gravy, actually be generous with the gravy, and then garnish with spring onions, coriander, Thai basil, fresh chili, and a gentle squeeze of lime. Let's get into the gravy. Let's get into the beef. That's capsicum. Can someone pass me my hot chilies? There we go. Homegrown. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Huh? The stew, it's so fragrant. From the first spices, the brisket, great cut. It means it's unctuous and filled with that umami from the fish sauce and the anchovy salt. But most importantly, the hearty beefiness flavor is not lost. You guys will have to give this one a whirl. Go on, do yourself a favor for flavor.